So what we've identified really is how do you get, where's that opportunity? Where do you make that choice of, okay, I understand multifamily, or it's something I want to get into. I feel really comfortable in that, building the facility, buying the ground, putting the development in, have a good idea of what people are looking for that floor plan, right? And amenities, what works. Once you cross that threshold, even getting, I think, to the 55 and older additional services, you've got really a separate part of the business. And so it breaks down to two businesses. And whether or not, I've seen several people make that transition over the last couple of years into that is, I think if you can provide it all under one roof, whether that's you create a partnership with an operating company that understands that business inside and out, and you approach them and say, look, getting the facilities for these places is really difficult, right? To have them designed, built, it takes a lot of cash infusion to do that. And if your specialty is in the care of the elderly, the silver tsunami, which is happening, it's happening now, and I've got some figures about how many more. In fact, I can just say that right now. It's the baby boomer generation is, we have 10,000 people in this country turning 65 every day.
Wow.
Right now in the country.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind
number.
of a staggering number when you think about it, right? And that's been happening for a while, last several years, and I mean, it was a huge generation, and they're on the tail end of that before the Gen Xers come into this, which are going to transition as well.
Yeah.
But Gen X, we're not as big of a generation as them. They still, people are living longer, and this, I don't think we've got this totally figured out. This is really just from the real estate opportunity of what is going to happen, because income, retirement, the housing structure, family structure, we talked about that. You're saying, what's the right niche? Mm-hmm. There's actually a lot of studies that show people may retire from Utah.
Yeah.
They keep their house in Utah, but they want to go down more in the Sun Belt. Mm-hmm. Florida, Arizona, a lot of people go down to Phoenix from this market. But there's a Sun Belt market that is catering. People want to go down. They don't want to deal with the cold weather. But they're not planning to go down there forever. So they might keep their home, let some of their kids live there. It's a very interesting. Once you get into that upper care facility, now you're almost targeting not just the old people, but the people that are in their care, right? Yeah. The kids, or maybe a legal advisor for these people that are planning their will and what they're doing. It's a very interesting thing once you get in and look at this, which I encourage you to go in and look at everything you can about this. It's going to happen. Yeah. We're not going to stop them. Tomorrow, there's going to be 10,000 more baby boomers that turn 65. Well, by 2033, they're turning 75, right? Yeah. Now, there's going to be some of them that die there, but what a huge opportunity, right? They don't want the same facility. So it's interesting. 7 years, they retire. Maybe they go down to Phoenix. Maybe one of the spouses passes on, one of the partners, whatever. And they're like, well, maybe I'll stay down here. Maybe it's time to go back, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of factors that are factoring into why they're staying there. I think a lot of them would like to stay there longer, but they are getting back to family.
Yeah.
A lot of times, even here, they want to come back to where they have lived, raised their family, and that might include, ultimately, as they get right to the very end, they maybe want to even go home and have hospice come to their home.
Yeah.
Right, in the final days or weeks. And so it's an interesting thing to look into.